Hello and welcome to the program as we head to Winton Motor Raceway for round 5 of the YMF Loans Australian Superbike Championship. That in our second hour. But first up, it's off to Griffith for the Griffith 500.
Oh, this is going to be a screamer, folks. Welcome to our coverage, and it's one of the most uniquely Australian motorsport events you will ever see. The Griffith 500. Look at that. Tranquil agricultural scenes mixed with these incredible beasts. They do over 200 k's an hour. There's a myriad of different makes and models, and they go hell for leather. The Australian champion is only 23 years of age. His name is Shannon Wrench. We caught up with him earlier.
Shannon, you're defending Australian champion. Tell me about that.
Yeah, last year we had a great year. We won the last race, which decided the championship, and this year we're trying to defend it. So we're running third at the minute, and with 2 rounds left, we're giving it our best shot.
What do you got to do to reclaim that title?
Basically, win this weekend would be a good start, and then have another good result at the last round in Goolgowi.
Justin, just about head off in the prologue. What are the thoughts going through your mind?
A little bit nervous at the minute. It's my first one, so I'll just go out and go around and see how we go.
Your first ever rally, is that correct?
This is correct, yeah.
What's got you into rally car racing?
Just my wife and her family and stuff, having a lot to do with it.
And what's the difference in class between the 2s and the 1s?
We're restricted to 1650cc, and class 1 is open class, so yeah, we've got a fair bit of less power than them guys.
Yeah, some real characters in this event. Time now for the prologue. Les, what is this?
Well, the prologue is actually a 15-kilometre course which every car runs over individually and records a time, and regardless of class, that's how you start the event. Your fastest car will start first, your slowest car will start last at 1-minute intervals.
Man, there's just every sort of car, make and model out there, isn't it? Here is the results. Burrows, quickest, Fellows, Ulrich, Owen, Robertson, Bentley, Rowe and Irvin. Surprisingly, Shannon Wrench has had his share of dramas.
Shannon, the crew are working feverishly in the background there. It was an ominous sight watching you being towed in. What happened?
Just a turbo pipe blew off the turbocharger, and then once that happens, you lose boost, which results in no power. So we just got towed back in, and it won't take too much to clamp it back on. We'll just have to make sure it's nice and tight so it won't happen again.
David, second fastest qualifier. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, no, we're very happy. We'll just sit along behind Mark and see what sort of pace he's going to set from here on in.
What was the course like?
Yeah, it was a little bit skaty out there this morning, but once we get settled down and get into the race mode, we'll be right.
Mark, congratulations, fastest qualifier in the prologue.
Yeah, no, we're really pleased with that. The car, we had a good setup for that track, and it worked well. So hopefully we can keep that up when we start the first section in about an hour's time, I think it is.
And goals for the first day?
Well, it'd be nice to finish where we are now, basically on top, but we'll just have to see what happens. We were in this position last year and had an accident on the way down, so that put us out of the race, in the first hour, basically. So you just don't know what's around the corner, really. So, yeah, we'll just have to try and conserve and but keep a good pace up.
Yeah, he'll forever go down in Griffith 500 folklore. Look at the crash. It was enormous into the channel, and organisers have erected a little monument for him with his own sign. Looks like a lifeguard test dummy there as well. Yes, the diving championship, 1.5 somersaults and a twist. Fantastic stuff. Yes, the tongue planted firmly in cheek just there. We look at Mark Burrows leaving the line, folks, for the Griffith 500. This is round 5 of the 2005 Australian Offroad Championship, and Les Sivier joins me in commentary. What an incredible event this is, Les.
Yeah, that's right, Wade. There's some of the best Australian off-road drivers here to perform in this event.
A not-so-subtle dig at Mark Burrows after his fantastic Into the Channel effort last year before. Loved the sign. Sloppy entry, you said.
Yeah. We put some flags up for him and told him he had to swim between the flags this year. So he said he slowed right down and read the signs and had no trouble with the channel.
This is one of the most uniquely Australian motorsport events that you will ever see, folks. The Griffith 500. The whole town turns out to support it. We are at Bluedot Speedway, and I wondered myself, Bluedot, why on earth Bluedot Speedway?
Well, Blue Emery and Dot Emery were the founder of the Speedway, so it was called after them, the Bluedot Speedway.
David Fellows is currently on screen. There are 8 categories that we're going to be seeing in action. We'll try to keep you up to date. Man, there's some wild machines out there. That's Brian Robinson and Travis Robinson. We're on board with the Fellows Richardson Jim co-entry. It's a rough ride.
Yeah, it's a rough. These cars sort of smooth the rough stuff out. These guys are all the way from Alice Springs. and their cars make the track look smooth.
Fantastic list of entrants we have again this year. Hayden Bentley and Benny Shivel leading the line in the 118 entry. Competitors are coming out of the woodwork for this event.
Yeah, it's Brian Robinson on screen now from Western Australia. That's a brand new car that's worth a lot of money.
Just a short haul from WA. Those guys are obviously very committed. On board the Southern Cross entry, 203 of Irvin and Graham. Shannon Irvin and Stephen Graham. And those have all got the airflow tubes and everything.
Yeah, well, it gets pretty dusty out there. These two guys are actually from Griffith, local boys, and they do pretty well in Class 2.
The whole town obviously supports this event. It's great for tourism. It's great for to really broadcast this magnificent little town.
Yeah, well, that's Colin Hunter leaving the field now. Well, back to fellows.
Hunter, of course, hoping to go very strongly indeed in the championship. There's, well, still how many more rounds of the championship left to run? This is round 5.
There's one more to go in Goolgowi in October.
Wow, and you got to get through the 500 in Griffith first.
That's it.
Dusty conditions, as always. That won't worry these guys. Jeff and Liz Rowe. A lot of husband and wife combinations in this category.
Yeah, it's a good family sport. There's young Shannon Wrench with his dad.
Yeah, Shannon and Ian out of Warrnambool in Victoria. Bit of a connection there for you.
Yeah, my daughter actually goes out with Shannon Wrench.
Lovely family, the Wrenches. Gotta love them.
Yep.
Now, the 801 entry just blasting through then. Colin Hunter and Bronwyn Humphrey. You said before about Colin Hunter. Man, just a myriad of different vehicles we see here.
That's a new car to Colin. He imported that car from America, and it's going very well.
Look at the concentration in the eyes of our driver here. Navigator very busy as well. I'm looking forward to this. It's such a great Aussie event. One of the roughest courses in the world. The 454 entry, we're talking about Brad Gallard and Ben Logue's motors. They would range from everything, wouldn't they?
That's right, yep, they do.
Pickering and Watson aboard the Pajero wagon. No way this just rolled off the showroom floor.
Oh, you asked Jeff, it did, yeah.
Navigator, so the Navigators do play a role in this.
Oh, yeah, the Navigator's there to tell you where to go, but whether you take any notice or not, that's up to you.
Look at the speeds they reach here as well. A phenomenal course. It's a mixture of a whole different range of surfaces and roughness as Burrows charging there at the moment in that 121 entry with Colin Hodge. Man, Mitsubishi's out there, buggies, 8 different categories.
As you see all the dust flying on this track, on the Saturday night we were out chopping out mud holes that the cars could not get through.
Is that right?
There's places out there that were soaks out of the hills that you were just bogging four-wheel drives in, and we had to go and actually cut them out.
Jeff Pickering and Glenn Watson were the team that we just saw before. Look at this beautiful Jeep, and it is absolutely going forward. That's Hunter and Humphrey back on board with the 1111, the 1111 entry of Fellows and Richardson. Gee, it's a rough ride. These things, incredible suspension travel, though. I suppose they soak it up as best they can.
They do, yeah. And these guys are pulling well over 200 kilometres an hour down the straights out there.
Man, it's madness. How many years has the Griffith 500 been going on?
Oh, we've run it over about the last 25 years on different tracks around the area.
Now, over there on the left, that's what makes Burrows get a chill down his spine. That's the channel. They ended up in there last year.
Yeah, Mark, we're all big time into that channel last year, yes.
I wonder if anybody else is going for a dip in Burrows Hollow this year. We'll wait and see. Let's hope they don't. It was, well, we laugh about it now, but it was a dangerous situation back then.
It was very dangerous. Mark went upside down in there, and it was luckily that the heads were out of water, or there could have been bad things, yeah.
What is it about the different categories? What are the different classes that we're seeing here today, Les?
Well, that's a Class 8 car there, which is a modified four-wheel drive. This is a Class 5, which is a modified two-wheel drive.
Oh, man, that thing has obviously got some horses. Chevy power.
Yeah, Chevy power, yeah. It doesn't matter. You can virtually do anything you like to a two-wheel drive, and it fits into that category as a Class 4 car, I should say.
Man, Class 2 car here?
Yeah, Class 2 is a buggy up to 1,600 cc's.
Now, that's Matthew Martin and Matthew Klump. I like that. Meet the Klumps.
Yep, yeah.
Doing a good job getting through some of the rougher terrain there as well. What is Class 3 all about then?
Class 3 is up to 1,200 cc in a buggy.
Fair enough. These guys are reaching huge speeds here. Some very unkind terrain. I guess the best way to handle it is like that.
Flat
Coleman
out, yeah.
on the gas. Matthew Coleman and Lee Sloak back on board the Jimco entry here. Man, look at the concentration.
Yep, these guys are going quick. You know, these front-running cars are really flying.
The championship to date, Burrows is currently leading the outright 2005 championship. Class 1 is being led by 1 point only by Wrench over Fellows. So, man, it's close.
It's close. The top 5 cars are very close, yeah.
3:57 just going by us just then in Class 3 is Dean Williams and Andy Ryan. And we got trouble here. The 4:01 entry